Hello, ladies and gents. Welcome to the Elite of Europe Grand Finals between Curse.eu and Mousesports. As you can see, we've joined at a strange enough time. The pause has been taking down for, well, nearly 6 minutes now. I'm Edits joined by Pulse. Maybe this will give us a bit of an indication and a bit of an idea to explain what's going on in this game and indeed what happened in the last game. We didn't have much of a chance to bring to that one to a conclusion. So, yeah, Moscow 5 did just beat TSM. First game was really quite strange from Moscow 5. We were informed they weren't trolling, they were trying a new meta that just didn't pay off. And the next two games after that, they looked in a completely different league and took them comfortably.
Yeah, it was pretty insane, frankly, to watch that unfold. It was just crazy. So yeah, I'm also in the game right now. And I'm just saying, maybe he's Minecraft killing pigs. That could definitely be it. Yeah, I have to agree on that one. So, Moscow 5 just took that really comfortably. They were definitely in top form once again. And I'm really interested in seeing how Curse and Mouse duke this one out. Do we know if this is the first game or the second game?
I assume it's the first game because we
Okay.
haven't had enough time to get through two games in 17 minutes through. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the first game. Scoreline is 7-3 to Mouse. They are 24.3k ahead to 20.4. Looking down at the items and the scores, Graves is having a nice game here. He's on 3-1-1. Corky, likewise, 3-2-0. You also have MoMA on Morgana, and we saw MoMA before really destroy Moscow 5 with both Karthus and Morgana. So seeing MoMA 2-0-1, 164 creep score, and as on his Hourglass, gives you an indication that this guy is on fire once again.
Yeah, and it's looking kind of nasty for them. Just need to wait for this to soak in. Wait a minute, the game's something's.
Okay, well, we have just unpaused the game, ladies and gents, so we should be ready to go live. Quick time check, 17:07 for you, Pulse.
17 and 17, 11, 12,
Okay, done.
13.
Yeah, it's all good. So, let's have a quick look at some of these CS differences. Top lane, obviously we have just jumped into this, guys, so we can't really give you in-depth analysis of what's happened thus far in the game. Prathana is leading Angush at top in terms of levels. Both actually haven't got any kills or assists, but Jax has a 32 creep advantage. You could be seeing some action now. Curse to the commentator. Here comes Baluna with the ultimate flashing in, procking off Unspeakable Horror. Anguish coming in as well onto Prathana, and Prathana will be falling. I kind of feel like I am a curse. In the meantime, though, MoMA could be going down from Extinct. He has to be careful. Twisted Advance coming in from Dedrion. And also the Arcane Smash. Oh, beautiful! Max range start binding coming in from Morgana. And Dedrion will finish it off. So we're kind of a good luck charm, spectatorial speaking, because as soon as we join in, 2 kills go down.
Yeah, Mola just on Prime today, doing so much work for his team in every single game we've casted, and Candy Panda just escaping down there at bottom. I think they should be okay right here. Exhaust did go down as well. So, yeah, very interesting game so far for the 30 seconds we've been in.
Yeah.
A lot has happened so far. Just taking a look at the builds, yeah, looks like standard builds from both sides. I can't see anything out of the ordinary, and both teams looking for the strong sort of mid-game.
Well, Drake is down, and obviously we don't know who took that one, and we can have another pause. Woohoo!
Fantastic. I think
So,
one of them was having a lot of lag.
I'm going to assume, based on the goal difference, that I think Mal's got the dragon. If we look between the two AP mids, obviously Moma's 2-0-2 and Ari's 0-3-0, but there is a big goal difference, even though Moma does have the creep score advantage. It's a 1.5k goal difference. That's pretty huge. On the AD carries, you have 5.9k to Graves and 5.5k to Corky, even though Corky has 2 more creep score. So I'm assuming that yes, Mal's got the dragon.
That would make a lot of sense to me. And the heck? Yeah. This is going to be a best of 3, I believe, not a best of 5. 5. Oh man, it's been a long day. But looking at the build so far, it looks like Ari's going to go for that Death Fire Grass first, which makes a lot of sense for Ari, a lot of burst potential. But both teams looking like they're going to draw themselves into the mid game really easily. Both got very strong team fights. I'm not really sure who's ahead. I mean, obviously Mals are ahead on gold, they're ahead on kills as well, so they have the slight upper hand. And that's being said as well, they have the Morgana with that Zhonya's Hourglass against a sort of burst caster. So I would probably say Curse have a better, slightly later mid game, but Mals are definitely stronger in the earlier mid game.
Yeah, some banter in the chat there between two teams saying, "I'll go best of 5, no problems," even though it's like 11:30 or something, 12:30 their time, and this is the first game. So if we do go ahead with a best of 5, I've been informed it's a best of 3, but if it is a best of 5, this could be going on for quite some time. So let's have a look at the differences in builds. Age of the Legion on Maokai, Bloodthirster Graves, Zhonya's Hourglass, as I said before, on Morgana, Bilgewater Cutlass alongside Phage on Jax. And on the flip side, you are going to have a Phage on Corki and a Sheen, a Blasting Wand alongside a Cage's Lucky Pick on Ari, and she only has 500 gold. And that just goes to show again the massive, massive difference between Ari and Morgana at this point. Morgana is pretty much an entire item ahead of Ari, and it's a huge item at that. Zhonya's Hourglass is massive on Morgana.
Yeah, and looking at the counter sort of play, at the moment, Mals have got a good chance to take this one as well, since their team doesn't seem to get any weaker as the game draws on, because Jax only gets stronger, Graves is an AD carry, obviously, and Maokai works really well against the AoE that Curse offers. Likewise, you have Dax to follow up with the Sona ultimate. They're looking really strong right now. Looking really strong, and of course, Morgana can cement herself right in the middle of that team fight, and then there's not very much counterplay from Curse. They don't have anything to kick it out. They really can't even at this stage, because obviously you do have the Zhonya's Hourglass. They have good initiate, but I can't help the feeling when they do get that initiate, they're just going to be destroyed by the AoE team and setup that Mals have right here.
True, it is a lot of AoE. You've got Crescendo, Soul Shackles, Vengeful Maelstrom, and also the Counter Strike from Jax alongside the Buckshot and collateral damage from the AD carry of Graves. It's an awful lot of AoE. And if you have a quick look at the other side, there's not a great deal of AoE actually. Missile Barrage, I guess, Phosphorus Bomb from Corki, Orbit Deception from Ari. That's pretty much it. There's a big, big difference in AoE damage between these two. Bass saying we need Scumbag Sona with DFG for sure. That could be very true. So, I feel the need to... Well, Bass, should we cut to music or just answer questions? Okay. It's a bit too much information, bro. Let's answer some questions then. If you have any questions, ask away in chat, and myself or Pulse will happily answer them for you. Okay, question to you, Pulse. I'll answer it afterwards. What's your favourite character in League of Legends? From Yonkers. Thank you for the question, dude.
Oh, that's difficult. That's really difficult. Like, I like Nunibot and Nunibot as a skin because he's so irritating to play against because of that. Thanks for that, Bass.
He's trolling so hard.
Who do I like as a champion? I don't know. Do you want to go first and I'll think about it, or are you also having a think about it at the same time?
My favorite character to play is probably Graves. I really enjoy playing Graves. It's probably my best character. But my favorite character overall for uniqueness, I guess, is Singed. I like to troll around with Singed a lot. That's pretty much my two favorites. So back over to you.
I like Shyvana purely because like the counter jungling potential and how aggressive you can be, and I'm trying to take a leaf out of Diamond Proc's book, which was absolutely insane when we saw that earlier on, so probably going to have to stick with Shyvana on that one. I really, really like that game where you can kind of just shut down the enemy jungler, which is a magical feeling.
And note that the answers we gave weren't which characters we think are the best in League of Legends, just what we prefer. Interesting question there. From WTF Lion WTF, interesting name. Do you have any pentakills? And if so, who did you get them by?
My most recent pentakill was AD Janna. and that was in ranked. It's completely legit. I actually have a video, so you have video evidence, and it was AD Janna at bottom because our jungler picked something after. It was in solo queue, obviously, so you can expect all the drama and everything that happened. So it ended up me having to play bottom, had a terrible early game, and at the late game got a pentakill, and we won the game right at the end.
Wow, AD Janet too strong. For me, it's Graves. I think Graves is the last. Oh no, it's AP Shaco. I put loads of boxes in a bush. Everyone was low. Walked into them. I literally fell off my chair laughing my ass off.
That must have been glorious.
It was. I wish I was recording it because it would have made a great YouTube clip. But unfortunately, I wasn't. Gutted.
I didn't have LOL recorder on. Oh man, that really sucks.
So, more questions. Good question here from Jack or Jackie. Who is your... Well, I'm going to paraphrase this one. Who's your MVP for this tournament?
Oh, Malanu, I think. Malanu. Because all those great initiates with Malphite, those steals at Drake as well, those were ridiculous. So I'm going to have to give it to Malanu. What about you?
Dedrian. Dedrian on Malanu as well. Luna's been really, really good, but I think Dedrian too has been phenomenal actually. The Maokai plays in particular were really impressive for me. So I would give it to one of those two. Dedrian more than likely. Could change in the kind of course of this game. Of course, we do have both of the aforementioned players here. Malanu's playing Nocturne, and Dedrian, of course, is on Maokai. We have just gone back live once again. Scoreline 8-4. If you've just joined us, this is a grand final game at number 1. It's a best of 3 format. It says best of 5, but it's been changed from the admins due to the time constraints. And so far, Mouse definitely have the upper hand. So,
Yeah, for sure.
Slapper is going to be firing away some of those missile barrages. Maokai, in the meantime, Dedrian will be moving down to bot lane. There's Maokai, as we've seen him do time and time again throughout these last 2 days. Pink ward from Graves, well actually from Sona, is going to allow Graves to take down the opposition ward, and that's going to allow Dedrian to actually push into Tribush now. Slapper and Clarissa, very, very passive. They realise that something may be awry, and they don't want to give their lives away needlessly. Here comes Dedrian from the side, just going backwards and forwards, kind of teasing at the possible gank. In the meantime, at mid lane, we are going to have Moma under heavy attack from Extinct, but let's switch back to bot again. Dedrian is coming around the corner instantly due to the fact there's a ward in there. Both Slapper and Soraka will start to move their way back, so nothing is going to happen there. Moma has to be oh so careful, but is waiting around long enough to perhaps allow Dedrian to come in and gank here. Meantime, at bot lane we have more action. Flashes aplenty. But here comes Dedrian from the backside onto Extinct. We'll be seeing a kill. Can the dot binding land? Charm has missed. Here comes Dedrian. Can he land the twisted advance? It's a bait into the bush actually. Anguish comes out, but Moma quickly retreats I should say, and goes back to the tower. So she will not be getting taken down on this occasion. It's going to leave blue open now.
Yeah, we could see something happen here. Don't want to comment just yet.
Yeah.
I'll kind of pushing them back here. And they should be okay. Malanu still wants to try and steal this, and he gets it with the smite. Wow, and he should get out. He gets the fear off, and the stun goes out from the counter strike. Dedrian going to turn around with the arcane smash, and this should be the kill. Donating that, and buff transfer complete.
Was it worth it? Yes, you stole the blue, but you died very, very quickly afterwards. I guess Curse.eu did manage to push the mid tower, so a minor victory in that sense. But Mouse slowly but surely moving ever so quickly ahead. Anguish actually, I'm not sure if he can duel Jax at this stage, especially with a blue buff, because Jax is one form with the Bilgewater Cutlass, and even though Aurelia is fairly tanky with a Phage, we are going to have some action in mid. Apologies, I actually missed that one. In fact, was that a bottom?
Bottom.
Okay, so Ari went down towards bot lane and went for a gank, as you'd expect Extinct to do in that situation. In fact, hold on a sec, because here comes Dedrian. There is no ward in the Tribush, and in fact, everybody has left Slapper all by his lonesome, so it's going to be a 2 versus 1 situation. Twisted Advance comes out onto Slapper. Oh, dearie me. Both Ari and Soraka had just recalled. Slapper stayed around for a bit too long and got took down for his troubles, courtesy of Dedrian's gank.
You know, we were saying before that we thought Malinu was the MVP. It's pretty close with Dedron as well, both of the junglers. Dedron's been doing work all the way through this tournament, and we've seen it so many times, so it's pretty close actually, thinking about it. I completely forgot about Dedron, sorry man, but that's how it goes, and Pause has gone out again.
Oh
Great.
my god. Really?
Oh man. He fixes it, last try. 1 minute, don't worry. It's gonna be fine.
How many pauses we had this evening? Like 5? 4 or 5, I think?
Nocturne's saying, would like to finish the first game before like 3 p.m. 3 a.m.
So, back to questions. Bass is like, just make it a best of 5. We're probably going to be here till the early morning anyway. Why not just make it all-nighter? Let's have a look. When did you start to play League of Legends from Draw My Thing? Personally, I started playing beta, and I'm not even sure how long ago that was. Wow. My kind of take on time is completely screwed up. More than 2 years. I'm pretty sure it's been more than 2 years. I've been playing it a long, long time. I haven't consistently played it. I've stopped to play other games as well in that time, but I've always had a love for League of Legends. How about you, Paul? How long have you been playing?
Probably about a year and a half. I migrated when the Supreme Commander 2 community died, so yeah, it must be at least over a year and a half. Wow, has it been that long? I feel old. It's funny coming from me. Bit of an in-joke there, but yeah, it must be a year and a half.
Sadly not yet, Salad Gum. Sadly not. I'm not going to read that question now. Yeah, I remember way back when like Warwick and Yi were pretty much the only junglers. I remember all the way back to there.
Yorkie.
Yorkie, yeah.
Thanks, Mass.
Okay. Am I going to play Dota 2? I've played it a bit. I've got one of the beta keys. I was lucky enough to get a beta key. I like the game, but I prefer League of Legends, personally. I don't know about you, Pulse. Have you played Dota? Do you have any plans to?
Yeah, I've played Dota, but I could go on for several hours and give a lecture about Dota 2 in comparison to League of Legends. But put it simply, Dota 2 hasn't moved on, whereas LoL has, and they're trying to favour the old community, where LoL definitely listens to the current one. So I think that's one of the big issues for them at the moment.
Naima asks, why don't they rename it to Yorkie? Well, hopefully, after today they will.
Yeah. Hopefully Riot are watching, and they recognise that that name was much better. Maybe they make a skin where he's wearing a Yorkie bar. That would be great.
So... What kind of games do you play? Strategy or shooting? For me personally, I play a lot of FPS games. It's where I started casting in Call of Duty 4. I guess deep down I am an FPS player, but also obviously play MOBA games like League of Legends. Oh, we're back live again. Nice. That's a surprising victory there for League of Legends overall. Okay, time check. Where are you, Pulse?
22, 21, 22...
Yep.
Wait, what?
All good.
Did I say 22 twice?
Yeah, you did, but at that time it was 22-22. We are going to have some action at top lane. Prothana flashing away and Bass laughing down the microphone. I guess it could be quite confusing. But either way, it's getting late, dude. I feel you. I really do feel you. I haven't ate yet. I am like a zombie right now. I apologize if the casting is subpar, guys, but we've been doing this a long time today. Either way, the goal difference, about 3k in advantage. In fact, 3k on the Dr. Mouse. They are 2 to 5, really. 10 to 5, even. So, again, you know, Mouse looking good. They're looking very, very good. And I think my MVP, I said before this when we got asked, I said Dedrion probably, but Maluno perhaps. I'm sticking with that. I think he's such a good player. It's incredible. And he's always in the right place. That's the one thing about Dedrion. You can always count on him to be in the right place. Like, for example, now he's poking around at the right possible time around Drake. Unfortunately, Jax is way out of position. And this is probably going to be a free Drake. The question is, can they get some kills afterwards? Nocturne has picked up the first kill. Wow, exploding Maokai straight afterwards. Now going to be chasing on towards Dax. Extinct is landing every single ability and the kitchen sink on towards Sona, but it's not enough to actually pick up the kill. A stray charm goes flying, but again, doesn't land. So, slain dragon from Maluno, and also a kill. So you can see that the goal difference went down from 3k to about 1.7. Although having said that, the Mid tower just went down. They could be picking up a kill on towards Maluno. He has been caught out of position right here, and he will be going down. In the meantime, we're going to have Ari and Corky going on bottom lane, picking up Graves and Sona. So just action all over the map. And 1k gold difference coming in favour of Mouse.
But it's not a massive difference. When we first came into this game, it was like 4 or 5k ahead. Now they're 1k. Curse are definitely catching up though. They are pushing down mid right now for Mouse. And they could be evening up once again, pushing it further ahead in their favour. But definitely Curse are not out of this one, getting a great pick at bottom with a 4-man gank.
Yep. So Ari's going to have the Deathfire Grasp and the Abyssal Scepter. And on the flip side, you're going to have Morgana. Not much has changed, so I'm expecting to see some serious goldage on Morgana. 2,400 to be precise. So yeah, indeed, lots and lots of gold. Anguish is going to be jumping onto Prothana, who has the red buff, but look at Anguish, has full or near about full mana. Is managing to dodge a lot of those attacks with the counter strike though, will Jax, and will be able to pull back to his tower. But still, a lot of nice harassment put from Anguish, and that's going to allow him to once again just farm that top lane. Currently on 178 creep score to Jax's 198, so he really does need to start catching up a tiny bit.
Right, so at the moment I'm just taking a look at Ari's build, and she went triple Darnring, which kind of indicative of a strong mid game, and actually Curse gonna rush his Baron, and Graves down the bottom. They could get this pretty handedly. I don't think there's much they can do, looking for the steal from Dedrion, but I don't think they're even aware of this pack. They don't have it warded.
Dedrion did come up, but as he said, Graves is so out. Oh, he's actually managed to get the steal! Dedrion goes huge once again! He's gonna die, but he doesn't care even one bit. I can guarantee you he went to his grave with a big smile on his face. Another sick steal. And I'm definitely going to stick with my MVP. Dedrion for MVP for sure, even if Mouse end up losing this game.
That was incredible. That was amazing. It was like they saw them out of position, and now Graves would be picking up a tower bottom. That just completely got turned around by Mouse with the big plays, and now Candy Pan are facing off against Slepper. Slepper kind of angering the beast, and now he's going to turn around, bursting down, and it will both fall. Wow.
Oh, they went down together. How romantic. In the meantime, at top lane, we have more action on Prothana. 3 players chasing after him. He's not going to get out of that position. In fact, it was 4 if you had Clarissa in, and the Spirit Rush was used. So, Mouse, yes, they did win the Dragon, courtesy of Dedrion, but they have lost a tower and a couple players on top of it. Graves and also Jax have fallen. Again, though, that was such a good steal from Dedrion. It was basically a 1v5. He twisted advanced in and used smite. The timing involved was incredible. He's now going to go towards Anguish. Beautiful crescendo used. Does manage to land onto 2. And the soul shackles on top of that has been popped off. Maluna gets stunned. Here comes Dedrion once again. Dax in the meantime firing off the Q, and they will pick up the kill. Maluna wasting the flash trying to escape. So Mouse move ahead once again. 4k gold advantage. That Baron stuff was simply... That Baron stuff? The Baron steal was simply huge from Dedrion. Not only did it get his team some nice gold, but on top of that, it completely took out of equation the Baron on the opposite team. Look at the damage though from Extinct on towards Dax. Dax at the wrong place at the wrong time and got burst down in a heartbeat courtesy of Extinct. He's now going to be chased down from Graves. Charm missed. That could prove to be quite vital. No, it's not going to, as Prothana wasn't quite as close as I was expecting him to be. Either way, they're going to just push the top lane instead. Again, though, the Baron steal was massive.
Yeah, that was kind of like their chance to stay ahead and kind of cement it for Curse, because they were behind for quite a significant time, and to actually get that Baron, that would have put them straight back into the game, if not ahead, because it's 18k in stats. But Mouse stole it, basically. Dedrion, amazing play, and that's just put them further in the lead, and that will not even up. It looks like they're going for a base race. Extinct and Clarissa down the mid, pushing that mid tower, and they're pushing top really hard with 4 players. They do not have minions quite yet, however, meanwhile mid they do. Corky pushing it as well. This could look like a good old-fashioned base race.
This is so smart right now from Curse.eu. Sometimes the best form of defense is a strong offense, and that's exactly what they're doing. They're taking down the bot tower, they're taking down the mid tower, and honestly, Mouse at this point must be scratching their heads wondering what the hell was going on. A couple of them thought about recalling. They've now decided against that. Going to be trying to rush the inhibs themselves. Baluna will be going down, but he's doing enough to actually keep off Mouse from that tower. Finally, the tower will go down. Inhib is being destroyed. It looks like Slepper has gone ahead and picked up the inhib at bot himself. And this is going to be a base race. Look at Mouse, they're now be going on to the Nexus Towers. They're taking this one very, very quickly. In fact, you could find that Curse.eu are going to come out second best. Just Slapper and Soraka cannot beat the blunt force trauma that Jax and also Candy Panda bring to the table. And I'm pretty sure that Mouse are going to take this one here. They are indeed going to pick up the game. And that looked like such a good idea from Curse.eu for a couple seconds, but Egg is now well and truly on their face. And Mousesports will pick it up, and what a way to finish game number 1.
That was amazing. They knew exactly what they needed to do. It was a good call from Curse. They had to do that, otherwise they'd fall behind too far. Baron was gone, Drake was gone, a lot of the objectives were gone. They couldn't force fights into the tower. They couldn't do anything. So the last chance they had, base race. And they were in a better position for it. And when you're base racing in a worse position, you have to get yourself in a better position so that you can actually pull that forward and get that one done. But unfortunately, they were just in a better position, that being on Mouse's side, and they pushed to victory. They were just a bit too far ahead. And actually, Maokai doing a great job, Dejuan recalling and just kind of stalling them. And he's probably one of the best characters to do so with all of that CC. So just very well played. And it was split-second reaction from Mouse because, like, what do we do? Do we carry on pushing with a less than stellar push because we don't have minions? Or do we give up and go back and try and stop them from doing so? And they actually made the right call because, as you said, they actually had a split-second decision and started trying to recall to try and stop them.
They definitely made the right decision. That's for sure. Not just based on the actual outcome, but what I was thinking there is what Curse.eu were trying to do. In my opinion, what I was expecting to happen is they'd pick up one inhib and then they'd recall. But actually what Slapper tried to do is take the second inhib down as well. And unfortunately, Jax and Graves are going to be able to take those Nexus towers down much, much quicker than a Soraka and Corki are. So it was kind of that split decision as well from Curse.eu that may have actually led to their demise at the end there. I think they should have took the bot inhib, then recalled and actually defended their own base. Instead, they kind of just tried to win the game from there, and unfortunately they couldn't do anything. So we are now in the lobby for game number 2. All 10 players in. Myself and Bass are also in, so I'm wondering why we haven't started. Hopefully are soon. This is a best of 3, guys. It's the final, the grand finals now. $4,000 for the winner in the Elite of Europe Champion Base Cup. You can have a quick look on their Facebook, give them some love. It's going to be facebook.com/championbase.net. And we are going to be giving out some goodies. You can also follow facebook.com/Chaos TV, of course. I can't believe I actually forgot that one for a couple of seconds. It's late. I'm going to go and have such a good sleep after this game. I can't even tell you. And you can also follow Pulse. Okay, I just been informed from Bass that if facebook.com/Chaos TV gets over 6,000 likes tonight, we'll be giving away another CSGO key over there. So get liking, and you may be taking yourself home a nice CSGO beta key. There you go. I was gonna go on to Pulse. What's your Facebook for those that may be interested?
It is facebook.com/whatsyourpulse, exactly the same as my YouTube.
There you go. From the horse's mouth itself. And I am facebook.com/MetasTV. If you would like to follow me personally, we keep you up to date whenever we're about to go live on the casts and everything else. And I actually have some beta keys that I may be giving out later tonight or tomorrow on top of that. So feel free to get liking and get everything sorted there nice and cool. I'm really feeling myself slipping mentally here.
Likewise.
It's a steady progression from getting tired to be untired to like just really retardedly tired.